Okay, so when you take a look, I'll just zoom in. It's trying to create something similar to this, only with a gradient, and just trying to fill out those pieces. And so far, with everything that's on these segments, I have all different kinds of ways to do this. So I'm just going to try maybe two more and show you that piece. So when you take a look at this section here, this has a series of paths, and it's just using the pencil tool. So when you take a look at these pieces and then the gradients to match up with this, to kind of simulate this type of flipping of the ribbon here. So here's another selection showing some different gradients to that piece. So it's not too difficult to do. Placed it down here where it just shows them separated a little bit. So when you take a look at that section there, so it gives you an idea for it. Okay. So see if I can represent this for you. So all you're going to do, I'll just come down here in the spot down here, is just to take the pencil tool. I have it set up as gradients and everything there, but I'll just leave that for now. I'm just going to make like an S-curve a couple times, wide, just small like that. Fills it with a gradient and no stroke, so I just click on the default, fills it with the white to the black, and so I'm just going to take the X key or click on there to take that out, so it's just a stroke. I'm off of the artboard, so I can always make a box shape, an object, and go down to artboards and just convert it to an artboard. So it's temporarily just using that little shape as an artboard. So here's the pen line, so I'm just going to option and duplicate it and hold the shift key down and just drop it straight down. And that gives me that ribbon, kind of that ribbon effect. And then using a couple of the tools I can use, I'll do both. I use the pen tool, just click on the anchor to anchor. That connects it there. I'm just going to command click so it's deselected and come over here, and as long as it clicks on one of these with an anchor or an intersection of that path, it'll allow it to be combined with a shape builder. So here's the path. As you scroll through, there's an anchor point, and there's a path right there. So I'm just spacebarring, or actually clicking off with the command key, and then just scrolling back over, so nothing is selected. I can also use the line segment tool, so I'll try that one as well. And if this fades away, you can always go back and edit this part. So I'm just kind of touching up just as you would with a pencil tool, pen tool. There's the path. So this one might be off just a slight. So it's just kind of showing you that. And I'll do a couple so that you can see how you have to actually fix it if necessary. So I go back, select the V key, option, and just roll out spacebar just to simulate that part. And now I have this part. It's all just line segments connected like that when you take a look. So I'm just going to draw a box, selection box around it. Click on the shape builder. And when you roll over, you can see this one's not connected. This one's not connected here. So I can touch those up. So you have to see where that's at. So that one's connected, and this one isn't because it wasn't on an anchor point. Same with the second one. This one's connected. That one's not connected. So just kind of zoom in so you can see it. So if I've missed any part of it, come up, here's an anchor point. Here's an anchor point. Go to the selection tool. Just select these. Shift M so you can see it's connected now to that piece. So it rolls across as the ribbon stretches across, tapers all the way down. So I just wanted to show you all the different options that you might come across coming into this part here. There's an anchor point. Let's see if this will do it. I think I hit it. It has the smart guides on so you can see the connection to it. So there's the anchor. And there's the anchor. So here we'll just select it right while we're here and bring that in. So you can kind of see how it's somewhat temperamental in a couple pieces, but that's okay. There's the intersect here. Let's try intersect. So if you noticed, it said intersect, not anchor on the first part. So let's see if I can come down here. Here's the anchor right there. There we go. And it connects it like that. So it takes a little adjusting, as you can take a look from the previous ones with the brush tool and those types of things. So I've already have, for example, this gradient right here. If I don't have the gradient, I can click inside here. I have them listed. Inside here are the gradients that you can pick up. So you can kind of grab other items depending on how you want to illustrate this part. Okay, this one I already have highlighted, so I can select all of this. And just get the eyedrop tool, the letter I, and just click on that, and it fills it with that particular piece. If that's not the color, then you have all these choices to choose from, and it'll give you the option to manipulate it a little bit more into that section. So just to go real quickly over the coloring of this, if I select one of these, just zoom in, click the G for the gradient tool, it's going to give me the annotator on top, and this will allow me to double click on these, change these values, color values for that section. Change this one if I want to enhance it, change the color or the intensity, the brightness. Just remember in the color you have RGB, hue, saturation, and brightness is going to give you that section, so the darker or lighter the value is going to be of that color, how intense the color is going to be, and what color you're going to choose. That'll give you that section. So that gives me one that's pretty close, and if I like that, in the gradient menu, when you click on it, you can click inside here, and up at the top you can drag or save it from here, and it'll pop up right here for you. So two ways is that you can select it and click on this one, or you can just select it with the eyedrop tool and click it, and it'll populate that one there as well. So I'm just using the keystrokes now to adjust that. And that's all there is to it, really. And modifications made, if you go inside each one of these, just clicking on the gradient tool is going to bring up the on-screen annotator, which is a little bit nicer. Remember, you can, if you drag this part, click, it's going to take that color, stretch it down, highlight these edges inside here. It's going from end to end. You can grab it and move it inside of it. It'll stretch it and change it. You can simply redraw it, and if you want to use this one on the next one, just use the eyedrop tool, and it'll take that one and put it to that section. So there you have pretty much that ribbon. And again, I'll just select it, Option, and copy it, and take a look at the Pathfinder, just to show you some simple things as far as the shading or trying to make something that looks like a drop shadow for this, dropping it straight down and just crunching it down this way so it looks like that shadow down here. And you can blur that piece in the appearance panel. So here you go. You have all these sections are Gaussian blur, place that in there. Taking a look at that one, up at the top or in the transform or in the same piece, you can change the opacity of that. So it's just kind of giving you some different ways to think of how to use the that section with the software there.